Nigeria's employment crisis is not getting any better, with the prevailing unemployment rate in the country put at about 12.1%. This is according to the National Bureau of Statistics. What this means is that between December and March, over 1 million people were added to the already saturated labor market, and more have been added from then till now. The frightening aspect of this whole scenario is that jobs are not being created that would cater to the huge population of job seekers. The question here is, how long would you want to continue this endless search? Well, some people are no longer waiting. They've gone ahead to seek for solutions. One of such is Charles Oswigwe, a fish farmer who thinks agriculture remains a potent weapon against idleness. We caught up with him, and it was quite an interesting meet. Now, talking about idleness, it's the bane of a lot of people who have taken to crime and have found themselves behind bars, battling with the arms of the law. We visited the female prisons in Kirikiri for an experience of life in this reformation center. And finally, residents of Holy Child Way around Navy Town, Satellite Town, are afraid that the good intention of the Lagos state government might just be setting them up for a disaster in the waiting. These and more on Eyewitness Report. I'm Chris Elams. Successive governments have battled unemployment level in Nigeria with little or nothing to show for it. Right now, almost 80 million Nigerians who are willing and able are actually looking for jobs. And because government is not creating enough jobs, unemployment rate has continued to rise. This drove Charles Oswigwe into agriculture. He shared with us videos on Eyewitness portal, and so we decided to catch up with him in Lakwe here in Lagos. Adeba community is located in Lakwe axis of Lagos, and our journey here is to hear the inspirational story of Charles Oswigwe, who has decided to ditch the idea of seeking for white-collar job and has taken to fish farming as a means of survival.
That's a female. Another big one there is a female, but there are 4 females and 2 males.
Driven by frustration after his poultry was destroyed by flood in Abuja, he decided to relocate to Lagos, and since then the story has been different.
As I grew up as a young man, I met my father doing agriculture in a commercial scale, because before I came to be in 1968, he has already planted a big hectare of palm trees, palm plantation. And it was from there he told me that Malaysia adapted their own palm that made them an oil giant today in oil palm industry.
It tells us the reason why Nigerians should embrace fish farming as a means of survival.
One other thing that is firing my passion is the fact that agriculture can employ people naturally. People should be able to know that if they are satisfied with food, then the economic well-being is already taken care of. Anybody that can eat and has food around him, I don't think that person will be in division within himself. So, but Nigerians have forgotten this. They went for money. And money can fail, like it has done now. You carry money, but you can't buy things, nobody to produce. Now, how long are we going to depend on Republic of Benin, Ghana, and Togo to provide food for us? Niger Republic to give us beans. Look at Nigeria, all over the place, nobody is doing anything. You come to this side, the importers are importing all manner of things. Tomato sachets, tomato paste, when we can farm tomato and have a processing center to process the farmer's tomato, and they get their money in real cash. So we don't have a set of agriculture.
His farm currently has thousands of fish at various stages, and he takes us through some of them.
These are juveniles. So we have about 1,000 pieces here for farmers that want good stock of juvenile, and they are ready to eat. For one fish to give you 1 kg, 1 kilogram in the next 3-4 months, means that that fish is going to eat up to 1 kg of food. If you're expecting 1 kg weight from one fish like this in the next 4 months, that means you should be able to give them 1 kilo of feed, 1-to-1 conversion ratio, feed conversion ratio.
So each of these here now would eat 1 kg.
1.4. They will even eat 1.4 to give you 1 kg weight as mass.
Charles believes a lot of value chain can spin out of fish farming, no matter the size.
If you are ready to spend 400,000, for instance, to feed this 1,000 fish, you have spent for 400 naira per fish. And you have 1 kg average, and that is 1,000 kg. Now, you now want to sell it. You have to start selling at 600 naira per kilo or 800 naira per kilo, depending on the market you are supplying. So you make 200 naira profit feeding this fish for 4 months.
You bought the fish.
Yes, you bought the fish. Yes.
How much is that one?
You paid like 30 naira to buy the fish.
Yes, so that will be taken.
Is part of the cost. But when you build up the cost very well, you've discovered that at 400 naira, 430, 450, you have done a good job to produce 1,000 pieces of fish to 1,000 kg.
So at the end, you could make up to 150.
You make up to 150, you make 200, but that depends on what you do around it. Okay. The shortcut for people that they also do is they enter what we call self-milling.
So, okay,
they mill their own feed. Okay. So they buy the ingredients as us and go to a milling house and mill cheaper.
What started out as a small venture is now a source of income for Charles, and he feels other Nigerians should emulate him. He now has several trainees who too have seen the light in fish farming. We visited one of them. This farm is barely a year old, and the owner, who appears contented undertaking this business, shares his experience.
Fish farming is less laborious. As I am now, my younger brother is not around here now, but only me can take care of up to 2,000, 3,000, number of fish. And you know what it means, that in the next 3 months, 4 months, you have your fully grown fish that you are selling at not less than 600 naira. Some sell at 700, 400, 800. You understand? And this is at less labor. You know what thing that is beautiful about fish farming is that you just feed in the morning. You can undergo any other business that you like. You come back in the evening or in the night by 7, 6:30, and you feed. So I think one of the most important things that the government should go for is to have food. Let Nigerians have food on their table. And it is not too difficult to do. It's just to have the interest and the passion to do it. You will do it because it is not difficult.
On a final note, Charles leaves us with this message.
This is a fish holding tank. That is why it is cut like this. We use it to hold fish of all sizes. A farmer can also use this beside the house. And I'm talking to those people that are tenants that are interested to do fish. Your landlord will not pursue you if you find a space near the house to keep this type of thing. And this one can carry up to 100 pieces of fish, if not more, to 100 kg weight. So you put it there, you give them food and change water once in a while. Look at it, has an exit here. It has an exit that can remove your water. Okay. It has an exit if you want to flow out the water. It has an exit. Otherwise, it's okay for fish farming. For a beginner, for a starter, this thing is about 14,000 on the road. You buy one, cut it, and put your fish inside. Put water and put your fish, and you have started fish farming. You go to a feed store and buy commercial feed that you like and start feeding your fish. But guarantee is that 3 months, somebody will come and knock at your door to give him fish to buy. Your neighbors want to eat fish, and now you have produced. They will definitely come to buy from you. So there are other ways Nigerians we can make money by farming fish around our house.
It's so disheartening how we often undermine what we have in abundance and anchor after what others have. With a rising unemployment rate and a few available jobs, Charles is showing one way out. The government must also show a genuine commitment towards encouraging young people to build ventures such as this, which no doubt would result in food sufficiency and disposable income for the farmers. This is definitely one way to stimulate growth in the economy.
Okay.